there is OFDM. So OFDM, yeah, using OFDM, you can reduce the effect of the fading, and I will say it like there are two type of fading mainly. One is frequency dependent fading, and another is time dependent fading. So OFDM generally takes care of the frequency dependent fading, not the time dependent. And we are coming up with the solution which take both. Okay. So can we do next, please? So yeah, this graph shows the all about the fading. Let's say you want to transmit one signal from here to 1 kilometer apart from us. So like let's say I am transmitting 1 watt power. So after 1 kilometer, the power at the receiver will be degraded. Let's say it is, yeah. Okay. So yeah, so it will at 1 kilometer, let's say the receiver will receive only 0.2 watts or something. So the retrieving of the information will be very difficult for the receiver. So we have to come up with the very robust techniques at the receiver to decode the information. Okay. So and one thing, there are two type of fading which comes due to the distance, which is blue one, and that around blue one there are red fluctuations. Those are due to the small scale fading. Small scale fading is let's say you have transmitted some signal wirelessly and there was one signal, but due to these obstacle and all, that will get scattered and reflections. So it will, like, there will be multipaths from that single signal. So due to multipath, they will add up constructively or destructively at the receiver. That will create the fluctuation in the received power. So that fluctuation in the received power is called the fading. Okay, and that is specifically is the frequency dependent fading. And time dependent fading is that when your mobile is in high mobility. Let's say you are in car which is in high speed, and due to that Doppler effect will come, which is the concept of physics. Okay, so due to that Doppler effect, the receiver will get CFO, carrier frequency offset. So what it will do, it will mismatch the oscillator at the transmitter and receiver. Due to that, ICI will come, inter-carrier interference, and that will create again the deterioration in the performance of the received signal. Okay. So yeah, these are two type of fading. Next, please. So this is some mathematics which are not going to like illustrate much how this variation in the frequency domain. This is some mathematics you can see, and you can see the graph on the frequency domain. It is fluctuating, but in the time domain, if you will see, that is flat. So there is only frequency fading is there. Next, please. So again, this is flat fading, like the frequency over which you will see the flat channel, that is flat fading. And like if your bandwidth of the transmission is more than the channel bandwidth, or that is called the coherence bandwidth, then there will be frequency selectivity in the channel. Okay, which is called the frequency selective channel. Next, please. So similarly, it is in the time domain also same phenomena occurs, but it is due to the mobility of the mobile. Okay, so this is same phenomena. Yeah. So why does single carrier transmissions fails in high data rate applications? Like in high data application, we need more bandwidth for transmission. So if the bandwidth is more for the transmission, then the condition of the coherence bandwidth will fail. Like your bandwidth will be more than the coherence bandwidth. Then your channel will be frequency selective, and the performance at the receiver will be degraded. So you can see the graph. QPSK AWGN means it is single carrier, and in AWGN and with the relay fading, like without fading and with fading, you can see these two graphs only. You can observe that above graph, like BR is very high, like around 1, and if you will like for the fading case and for the non-fading case, it is very good. It is the waterfall curve. So yeah, so it shows the failure of the single carrier transmission for high data rate applications. So the solution for that is OFDM. So in OFDM, what they do, they chunk out the bandwidth, okay, and in each chunk of band, like which is less than the coherence bandwidth, they put signal on it, so that that condition of our bandwidth is less than the coherence bandwidth will achieve, and there will be no frequency selectivity. I mean, the channel will be frequency flat, and we can recover the signal at the receiver reliably. So yeah, this is the solution for the frequency selectivity. Next, please. Yeah, this is the basic block diagram how the OFDM works. And I will say this is not the complete baseband and RF. This is, I will say, baseband, mostly baseband block diagram. Yeah, next please. Yeah. Yeah. So why OFDM fails? Like as I said that in high mobility, do not take care the time selectivity of the channel, and in OFDM also inter-carrier interference come, and OFDM fails due to that reason, and so we have to search for another solution. And no, it's not working. Can you next? It's not working. Can you do next? Meantime, can you do next from your side? I can explain the next slide. I think I will not do the demo then, so I will go back to here button. So around 5-6 minutes. Yeah, so yeah, back. So the solution for that is OTFS actually. That what I want to tell is, in the high mobility, like in the time selectivity and frequency selectivity, it works in both the cases. OTFS. So like if someone wants to explore this area, they can either search for our paper or the paper of the Roni Hadani and Professor Chokalingam from IISc Bangalore, and Professor Mohammad Saif from IIT Delhi. They are extensively working on the OTFS systems. Yeah. Can you do it next? Next. Next. Yeah. So I just briefly want to tell that let's say you have made, let's say you have made any algorithm for the OTFS reception. Okay. So you want to, like, you are thinking that your idea is very good, so you want to make it a product. So before making a product, you have to check it like it is working or not. You cannot directly make it as a product. So before making product, you have to make a prototype to show other people's, right? To show maybe investors and all. So for that reason, this is very good device. Okay. So we do this actually. We do prototyping on this device. I can just tell briefly like what frequency it works and what is the capabilities of. Next, please. Next. Next. These are some important terms which comes in the hardware side for wireless communication, like what center frequency it works, what is the bandwidth it supports, what sample frequency it supports, and what is the stability of the clock. Like because this device is not high in the cost, so the stability of the clock is not very good, but it is reasonably good, I will say. Okay, so if you want to check instrument based USRP systems or their chassis. Okay. So another thing is the RF front end. RF front end means the power amplifiers and the antennas. Okay, those are called the RF front ends. So yeah, due to shortage of time, I think I will not able to do the demo. But you can check out that this demo on the website of Jigyasa Wireless. They are doing so many demos on the RTL SDR and this Pluto SDR. Apart from this Pluto SDR, this is also there is on another device which is very small. This is transmitter and receiver both, and this is only a receiver. So for prototyping, you can use this as well if you are doing only receiving part. So yeah, okay. Then thank you with this. And this was not an advertisement for this.
Your valuable information on wireless communication. Much respects to you for highlighting the knowledge on the basics of significant research area today. Definitely we will come back to you for much more information. We have another distinguished speaker, Mr. Brahma Chaitanya Chenivar from Luxoft India, Bangalore. Sir, over to you for the keynote address.
Thank you, Sharda madam. I hope I won't take much time, guys. I know it's already 12:30, and sir told me that some of you guys also have exams in the afternoon. Okay. When I got to know about this conference about four to 5 days ago, and when I asked what is the title of it, the word Internet of Everything caught my attention quite a lot, because I come from the automotive industry and I see the relevance of internet and relevance of internet connecting everything, including our cars now, which is what I'm going to talk about a bit in some time. Is very relevant to talk to in this particular forum. I come from this company called Luxoft. We are a global organization and we are working on automotive technologies, very niche ones with most of the global OEMs which you know of, and some of the Indian OEMs as well. And software-defined vehicles is the latest trend that is happening in the automotive industry. As many of you have seen the trend that happened in the mobile industry, right? So the typical handsets came in, and then iPhone was introduced, and then it revolutionized the way mobile industry works. So now we have a compute platform. Our cars are also going in this direction. The traditional standalone cars will not be will not be the future of automotive industry, and you will see about a few things in a few minutes. Sir, can we play the video? It's in the next slide. So this is a small video from Renault Group. Doesn't belong to Luxoft, but it gives a very good impression of what is happening and what are the things that are happening and how the automotive industry is faring. So let's watch this video for a minute and then we. The earlier sense, we had only a single platform in which the vehicles were built. Now there is a layer structure that is coming in where software and hardware are being decoupled, and a lot of high compute platforms, supercomputers are being put in the vehicles to do the central core processing. data on real time, and with smart highways in the future as well, which I will explain in a few minutes. Yeah. I wanted to start with this video to help set the context of what I'm speaking about and how it is very relevant to the topic that we are discussing today. The vehicles are now completely transforming. They are becoming really kind of supercomputers. You have something called high performance or high compute platforms in the cars now, which are running on powerful chips like NVIDIA, Qualcomm SoCs, and like the way we are tackling our phone right now, right? So if there are updates of apps coming, it's one click away to install that. If there is update of OS coming, it's one click away to install that. Car is also becoming such a platform, but much more secure and safe, because lives are dependent on it. So some of the key blocks that are important here, like over the air update going forward, your cars, when you're parking in your home, they will get the latest updates. Like how you have a subscription model in your phone. Let's say for Times of India, you pay for subscription to get special content, right? So vehicles are also introducing like that. Yeah, the features are becoming kind of paid by the paid service subscription. Like one of the examples that I can tell about BMW has given a feature where you can preheat your car, or you can control your car from the phone. You can subscribe to certain features that the car already supports, but you pay for the premium services that you want, like in cold countries, right? So when you have parked your car, it's -5 degrees, -10 degrees, and you don't want to be the one who goes and cleans your car from the snow in such a cold weather, and you want your car to be of optimal temperature. So now you have features where you can trigger this. It heats up the internal system, it clears the snow from the glass, and it's ready to go for you to with one crank. Yeah. Location based services, like how our phones are providing location based services, this is also coming into the car quite a lot. Artificial intelligence, which we spoke of that today many a times, and artificial intelligence is now getting built into the system of the cars, and companies like Mercedes and BMW are betting on bringing artificial intelligence coverage quite a lot into the car system. So we can go next. Yeah, just a very brief touch on how the vehicle is transforming, right? In the first car came in 1886, which was just a single motor controlled, motor powered vehicle. And then there was a transformation of power steering, air conditioning coming into the car. Then there was safety systems that came in, like braking system, ABS, airbags, parking sensors, etc. And in future, how we see is that more electrification is going to happen, and more autonomous cars are coming, for which you need your car to take decisions at the moment. So that means your car needs to have high computational power, which is what is coming into the industry now. Yeah, next one please. You can skip this one, it's okay. Very small introduction to how the design of the automotive something that happens inside the car, and one is that is some happening outside the car. You can see the in-car systems on the left-hand side, which are providing high compute power, which are providing features like over-the-air updates, support, etc. And then you have a cloud backend which supports that. So tomorrow, if let's say if there is a bug found in one of the software that is running in your car, the OEMs can trigger this bug fix to be updated in the software in your car automatically, and the car has enough hardware capabilities to also download, like how we are downloading the apps, right? You can download new features into your car, and that would be supported. So this is one of the reasons why the OEMs are splitting hardware and software completely. So hardwares are put in as more powerful, like more sensors, more cameras, which might not be relevant at the moment, but you can always utilize them for future algorithms that you would develop and deploy it over the air. Yeah. Next one, please. This is a snippet that I took from Mercedes Benz presentation that happened a year ago. Mercedes has launched their own operating system, like how we have iOS, Android for phones. The car without a smartphone anymore. Cars are also going in that direction. And one of the key things I want to highlight before this is what Mahadev sir was saying, cybersecurity and trustworthiness, right? So from what I presented, one thing that you would have noticed is that more connectivity, that means more chances of somebody hacking into it. That means cybersecurity is much more relevant into the automotive industry as well. And a lot of research is going on in this area. A lot of companies are investing heavily in developing processes and developing tool chains which will protect the car. You probably might have seen this video of Tesla getting hacked some few years ago, and that was one of the scariest thing to happen, that the car started driving itself and off the steps and that was also an indication that we have to be more secure in the software development and also in the infrastructure that are provided. And very glad to see what Mahadev sir showed about how researchers are going on in this area. Yeah, so you can move on. For the students' point of view, I put together this slide because whatever may be the fancy things going on, basic things are very important, and some of the technologies that are very relevant for automotive industry and securing job in automotive industry, doing research in automotive industry are like this. You have hypervisors, safe Linux that are coming in. You have QNX. Simple coding wise, you have Java, C, C++ that are very relevant for the industry. AutoSAR is one of the core platforms. It's an open source one. I encourage all the students to take a look at it because it's the fundamental principles in which the automotive industry is getting driven. Yeah. Last thing, this is nothing to do with the presentation that I did, right? So what I have seen, we have to really learn newer technologies. We cannot forget the basics. Whatever fancy topics that we are learning, basics always hold the key. If you don't know how to do A is equal to B plus C in your code, nothing else matters, right? So we have to focus on these basics learning and becoming strong. And I think in the college, that is what what you all focus on, and I request you to focus on more of learning the basics. If your basics are strong, you can go to any technology and master it. Yeah. Be goal driven. One of the things that I have seen which helps is setting a goal for ourselves and reaching one step at a time towards that consistently and with discipline. Maybe it might not sound significant from 2 or 3 days of effort, but half a year of effort you would have learned something amazing, and that kind of becomes your USP, right? So you can say that, okay, hey, I know this stuff pretty well, right? And then I also encourage you guys to do a lot of projects. It need not be connected to your academics. There are a lot of courses in Udemy, Coursera that are happening that tells us or that gives us live examples, right? Buy a Raspberry Pi, implement a small AI model, run it on smaller chips. I don't think you would have to invest more than 5 or 6K to do this, but the more practical knowledge that you capture, the more it will help in your researches or also in getting jobs after the 8th semester. When you are getting into the industry is becoming very, very competitive and niche skill driven. So the more projects you do, the more value you can bring to the organization, saying that, hey, you are doing the automotive stuff. I have already done this kind of projects in Python, in AI, etc. Companies will be looking forward to have you in no time. So yeah, thanks. This is what I wanted to conclude with. If you have any questions, I am here. Please feel free to reach out. Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Brahma Chaitanya Chinivar, sir, for your valuable information. Much respects to you for giving us a good information on software-defined vehicles and automotive technology and its tools, which is a trending research topic. Thank you again, sir. Thank you, dear participants, for joining us, and the respected professors for joining us in this inaugural ceremony and for your patience listening. High tea is arranged outside. Kindly join us for the quadrilateral. Before which, I request all of you to please stand up and pay respects for our national anthem.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल वंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Bolo Bharat Mata ki. Thank you so much, everyone. Kindly join us outside for the high tea.